whew, is one of the longest summer sagas of all time, just about nearing an end. If you're a Golden State Warriors fan, you've had quite the interesting summer. And I don't mean interesting by things happening because the Warriors, the only team in the NBA who've made zero signings. It's because they've been captive due to Jonathan Kuminga in the contract negotiations as a restricted free agent. Let's just take you all the way back to, first of all, the beginning of the summer. That is where we believed the Golden State Warriors would try to make a business-like decision, trading Kuminga this upcoming season in some form of a sign and trade. The issues, teams with cap space were not necessarily interested. The two that came out of the pack, the Sacramento Kings offering Malik Monk and a first-round pick, Warriors not interested. The Phoenix Suns offering Royce O'Neal, sounded like Grayson Allen, and then some second-round picks. Warriors not interested. The Kings had offered another pick prior, Devin Carter, Sacramento's first-round pick the prior season, often injured, can't shoot. Warriors said, nope. Dario Saric was attached to that deal, who the Warriors had a couple years ago. They did not want that deal whatsoever. But that's what went down in terms of the sign and trade. So the Warriors then say, shut it down, John Taffer style. Shut it down. Shut it down. And no deal was going to be done.
Damn it.
And that's what the Warriors fans were feeling. Damn it. Because it seemed like there was no way to rectify this relationship and have a scenario this upcoming season where Jonathan Kuminga comes in and is all on board. And now we know what Jonathan Kuminga needs per his team to be on board. This is from ESPN and Anthony Slater. They say that if Jonathan Kuminga gets this deal up to, because right now, the contract the Warriors are throwing on the table, it's $75 million over 3 seasons. But that third season, Kuminga does not control his own destiny because there is a team option in there. But the first 2 years he would. That's $48 million guaranteed as compared to an $8 million qualifying offer that he can sign as kind of the Larry David Mocha Joe Spite Store type situation. Literally just derail any Warriors plans that they have of winning a title, because whether Kuminga is a great player or not is yet to be seen, but he's good enough to where someone would probably take a risk on him at the deadline. If you get him a tradable deal, you can potentially upwards get, a $30 million player on your roster by packaging him with someone else. And if that's the case, that's Warriors' best chance of getting better this upcoming season. If they're good, but they just don't have that one more player to get over the top. And that's what Jonathan Kuminga can provide. So the $75.2 million, the $48 million guaranteed. Okay. Kuminga's camp counter offers, and they say, all right, we'll do a 1-year ballooned qualifying offer where we can waive the no trade clause. You can give us 25, 28 million. I don't know what the number is they settled on, but something that would be enticing to trade for the Warriors at the deadline. And that way he's a unrestricted free agent after next season. And it's an expiring contract you're trading. Joe Lacob said, Warriors owner, I don't want to lose that for nothing. I don't want to lose Jonathan Kuminga for nothing. And I don't see how that would be the case if he were to take that deal, but maybe they can't trade him and they do lose him for nothing this offseason. The qualifying offer would mean the same. Kuminga's camp has now come back, and this is per Anthony Slater of ESPN. All he needs is that team option to turn into a player option. 2 years at that price, plus a player option, and he will get his John Hancock on that piece of paper, or if it's digital, I don't know. I haven't been in the room, shockingly, for $75 million deals, but he would sign that thing, and he would play ball with the Warriors, whatever they wanted of him. Trade chip, ride the pine. That's not going to happen. Steve Kerr said he's going to get some leeway to run at the beginning of the season, and I believe that because he's talented. They are going to need him on load management nights. And at the end of the day, the best case scenario for the Golden State Warriors, if it's not trading him, which with 15 days left until qualifying offer time, I don't think they are going to sign and trade him. The best case scenario for the Warriors is to have Kuminga back, be committed to the mission, which is, hey, let's see what happens, but play hard, do what we ask of you, try to at least. And if not, look good doing what we don't ask of you and don't hurt the team, because you're probably going to be gone at the deadline. You scratch your back, we scratch ours, everyone wins. The only issue, the Warriors have remained committed to the idea of not turning that into a player option. So if that's the case, what the heck are we going to do here? Is it just going to go down to 2 years? The Warriors apparently have already offered a 3-year fully guaranteed deal but it goes down to, instead of 24 million, it goes down to 18 million. So 54 million total. This has just been a saga from hell for Warriors fans. And it's a divided, excuse me, it is a divided fan base in terms of how you feel about Jonathan Kuminga. There are plenty of Dub Nation out there that thinks that Kuminga is the next in line for the Warriors. He should be given some more of keys, that it was absolutely ridiculous that Steve Kerr DNP'd him and played instead the former lacrosse player, Pat Spencer. Maybe so. There's the other half that says, yeah, he can be a good player. He can also not fit the system. He cannot fit the timeline. This is still Steph Curry's team. You add in Jimmy Butler. Those are two players that want the ball in their hands. And you have Draymond Green as well, who's very turnover prone. Jonathan Kuminga, turnover prone. Kuminga, Butler, Kuminga, Draymond kind of play the same positions. Al Horford can be coming in. That's a new body that you have to incorporate into things. Melton, another guard you have to incorporate. There may just not be a spot for Jonathan Kuminga as of right now. And this situation has gotten sticky, but he is a good enough player. As we saw him score 30 against Minnesota in the playoffs, scrubs don't do that. At the very least, he's a very talented scorer. Someone that's averaged, more than 15 the last couple of seasons in about 25 minutes per game, has shown the capabilities of really putting up 30 in back-to-back nights during good teams in the regular season, but has not shown the capability to really carve out a role doing what Steve Kerr wants of him. That is more crashing the glass, better defense, more consistency, just a higher processing speed of the game. Don't catch it and stall and wait for your move. Instead, swing it. Curry's in the corner. You're not going ISO, Kuminga. Find the extra man, make the smart play. And there just been a lot of issues between Kerr and Kuminga specifically. It was Dunleavy and it was Lacob that were in a sit-down meeting in Miami with Kuminga and his agent Aaron Turner on August 11th. That is where I'm sure a lot of these deals were negotiated. They were made public the 15th of September. And it sounds like the last offer, the 2 plus the 1 team option, that was made mid-September, about a week ago. So the wheels are spinning. The wheels on the Kuminga bus do go round and round, and they've been going round and round for quite some time. The writing was on the wall that this was going to happen eventually. Let's not forget Kuminga was supposed to be in that Kevin Durant deal that the Warriors had all but signed. They're like, if Kev wants to come here, we got it. Ishbia, take maybe Kuminga and Draymond Green. We don't know the full details of that, but it sounded like it was potentially going to happen. And Kevin Durant stepped in and said, I don't want to get traded midseason. I'm not going to the Bay Area. Nope. And that's when the Warriors pivoted to Jimmy Butler, and Jonathan Kuminga remained on the team, but he was hurt at the time and he was playing good basketball before he hurt his ankle. He was out for 29 games and the team went like 15-1 with Butler before Jonathan Kuminga returned. And then when he did return, he was getting 18 minutes, 20 minutes. It felt like load management. It was a little wonky from the start. Never any huge games from Kuminga. Some nice supplementary role-playing games, but never any big games. And then the DMP came last game of the season against the Clippers in a win or go to the play-in type game. DNP's against the Rockets. Curry gets hurt, and Steve Kerr looks down the bench, and he's like, no Curry. Pat Spencer, Guy Santos, and GP2 aren't going to get it done. JK, reluctantly, get your ass over to the scorer's table. We're going to need you. It's been a weird situation. Follow NBA After Dark for more on Jonathan Kuminga, for more on the NBA. This is the page for you. If you like the NBA, if you like a certain team and your team's doing well, or the big story of the day, we're going to have it for you on this page. Subscribe. We will talk to you soon. Appreciate you all.